Thank you very much. Let's read the newest comment. So many comments were left over this weekend. I wonder why. But how about this one? I made a video called Propecia Version, the hair loss video that some people wish I would make. And of course, our popular contributor, Robert, left several comments. But this excerpt is really what I want to pinpoint because I'm learning more about myself as a YouTuber when I see things like this. This is interesting to me. Quote, some young men become totally despondent or reclusive or even suicidal over hair loss. And in such cases, the benefits of Propecia likely outweigh the risks, end quote. Now, I want to say this first off. If it's any consolation to anyone who didn't like my recent video about Propecia, I was instantly disqualified from it being monetized. The powers that be at YouTube will not let me make money off of a video that has Propecia in the title. I've learned that now. So next time I make a video that talks about Propecia, I won't put it in the title. But I'm not really interested in doing a bunch of videos about Propecia. It's really not my thing. But I do believe every once in a while it's worth bringing up and bringing into the conversation just to kind of gauge what's going on. But I think this is interesting. And Robert, I definitely believe is right about this when he says that some young men become totally despondent or reclusive or even suicidal over hair loss. And in such cases, the benefits of Propecia likely outweigh the risk. Now, here's the problem with me. There's lots of problems with me. But here's one problem right now. When I read this through my own filter, here's how I translate it. And people are going to hate when I say this. It's almost as if to say, Propecia, it's better than suicide. Like that's kind of how it comes across. Like if you dumb this down, Propecia, it's better than suicide. So I agree. If it's going to cause someone to be that depressed, despondent, reclusive, or suicidal over hair loss, okay, well, yeah, okay, as a last resort, let's do this thing. Let's use the Propecia or whatever kind of drug it is. Let's assume the side effects because, yeah, it's better to live in that version of reality than to not live at all. Man, I'm struggling with this. You're literally seeing me, watching me going through a struggle right now as a YouTube host because here's the thing about me. I don't suffer from depression, and really I never have. It's not to say I've had a perfectly easy life. I've definitely had lots of struggles, and if not, I wouldn't be a good YouTuber because it helps me be more balanced and confident as I speak. I've had lots of struggles in my life. They're just not as dramatic as maybe some people's. But I can confidently tell you I don't suffer from depression. And it's funny because, I've had some people say, well, how can you help other young guys with hair loss when you haven't lost enough hair yourself? Maybe the real question is this. Maybe the real question is, Nick, how can you help young men who are depressed and have hair loss when you are not depressed? I think the lack of depression might be the thing that keeps me from being that relevant to the people who are supporting me by watching these videos. Now, here's the thing. I am no medical expert. I don't know about depression. What I know about is some psychology and hair loss, how I think people overanalyze that to the point that it holds them back in life. I don't think that hair loss causes depression. I think people are already depressed and hair loss becomes the obvious go-to thing to latch onto and obsess over. When if it weren't that, it'd be something else. So I'm just telling you, I'm being honest with you right now, I'm just trying to figure out like how to handle this. Because I know that there's a lot of people who watch my videos who are like me. They're not depressed. They're just observing their hair loss or talking about it because it's good to talk about things that you're thinking about so you can get them out loud and process them and move on. But if you're struggling with depression, that's a whole different thing. It's going to keep you in that conflict cycle. It's going to, and I don't know what I can do to help a person like that because anything I say is going to be filtered through and they're only going to focus on the fact that hair loss is the end of the world. So what I'm wanting to say is I know how to help people who aren't depressed. And they'll watch my channel. I think I can definitely help them. I've had people comment this last week especially, Nick, don't stop what you're doing. I like your videos. They're very helpful to me. But I don't know that those are the people who are suffering from depression. What I don't know is, if we were to do a pie chart, what percentage of the people who watch my videos or subscribe to them are suffering from depression? I would say those are the people I can't help. I don't want to believe, I'm not going to allow myself to believe that because I don't suffer from depression and because I am overall a positive, goal-oriented person, that alone is going to be enough to help someone who's depressed get out of their depression, you know, with or without their medication already for that. I'm not cut out for that. I can't help those people. People who are depressed with or without hair loss have to go to a doctor and get help with that. I can't do anything for them. And nothing I'm saying is actually going to help, I don't think. I think depression is the actual issue. The hair loss doesn't help. I don't believe that hair loss causes depression. I don't believe that's the root. That's what I believe.